If you have ever been curious about what Islam is, if you have heard things about it and want to understand more, then this video is for you. I will keep it simple and to the point. So let's get started. Now, let's go. So, Islam is one of the largest religions in the world. It started more than 1,004 years ago in a place called Mecca, which is located in present-day Saudi Arabia. The word Islam actually means submission, so it refers to submitting to God's will. In Islam, Muslims believe in a single God, and that God is called Allah, which is the Arabic word for God. Muslims believe that God has sent various prophets to guide humanity. And the last and most important prophet in Islam is indeed the most revered and respected prophet, Muhammad. Who was the Prophet Muhammad? Now we will talk about the Prophet Muhammad. Muslims believe that he received revelations, that is, messages from God, through the angel Gabriel.
Read in the name of your Lord who created humans from a clinging clot. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught humanity what they knew not.
This message was then indeed written down and recorded in Islam's holy book called the Quran. Muhammad did not keep the message to himself. He shared it with the people around him, and that is how Islam began to spread. The Quran is very important in Islam. It is seen as the literal word of God and covers everything from faith to how to live a good life. In addition to the Quran, there is also something called Hadith. It recounts what the Prophet Muhammad said and did, and how it helps Muslims understand how to live according to their faith. One of the simplest ways to understand the fundamentals of Islam is through something called the 5 pillars. These are the 5 main actions that every Muslim strives to follow. Shahada. The first pillar is the declaration of faith. A Muslim says, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Number 2 is Salat. This is a prayer that Muslims perform 5 times a day at specific times, and it helps them to stay connected with God. Number 3 is Zakat. This is about charity. Muslims expected give a portion of their income, help those in need. 4th is fasting. This is fasting, especially during the month of Ramadan. Muslims fast from dawn until sunset. It is a way to learn self-discipline and to feel compassion, and for those who are in need. And number 5 is Hajj. The last pillar is the pilgrimage to Mecca. If a Muslim has the opportunity both financially and physically, they should make this journey at least once in their lifetime. Islam has some fundamental beliefs, which are quite simple. First and foremost, Muslims believe in one God, just one. They also believe in angels, that God has sent prophets, and that there will be a day of judgment, when everyone will be held accountable for their actions. After that, there will be either reward or punishment, depending on how one has lived their life. One thing to remember is that there are Muslims all over the world. You can find Muslims in countries like Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, the USA, and Europe. So, really, everywhere. And even though the faith is the same, the way people practice Islam can look a little different, depending on their culture and traditions. For example, you can see differences in how they dress, or how some celebrate holidays, but the foundation of their faith is the same. Before I conclude this video, I really want to say something extremely important. Islam is just like all other religions. That can sometimes be misunderstood. Some may think that Islam is about violence or strict rules, but that is not true. Islam is actually about salam, kindness, and living a good life. The word Islam actually comes from salam, which means peace. So fundamentally, Islam teaches respect. With a deep sense of feeling and a strong sense of community, we come together. This is the last part of our journey. So this was a quick overview of Islam. Hopefully it has given you a better understanding of what it is about. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.